There's a new kind of Krueger haunting Russian President Vladimir Putin, and it has nothing to do with Hollywood nightmares or razor-gloved slashers. Instead, it is a sleek, battery-powered missile no larger than a forearm, designed by a Swedish startup and priced so cheaply that it threatens to flip Russia's drone warfare strategy upside down. Known as the Krueger 100 and its more advanced sibling, the Krueger 100XR, this system is rewriting the economics of modern conflict and giving Ukraine a much-needed advantage in the battle for the skies. The drone problem Ukraine cannot ignore. From the first months of the war, drones became the defining weapon of the battlefield. Both Ukraine and Russia use thousands of them every month for reconnaissance, artillery correction, surveillance, and one-way attack missions. Russia, however, has scale on its side. It produces up to 6,000 Zherin 2 drones every month, and as many as 170,000 FPV and fiber optic drones. Add roughly 100 Orlan 10 reconnaissance drones to that list monthly, and you have a non-stop flow of aerial threats constantly buzzing overhead. Ukraine shoots many of these drones down, sometimes more than 90% of incoming Guran swarms, but the cost of doing so is crushing. Every Patriot missile fired costs over $3 million. An Iris-T interceptor costs nearly $500,000. Even a shoulder-fired Stinger is close to $500,000. Firing these at drones costing a few hundred to $70,000 is simply unsustainable. Russia can flood the skies with cheap targets, but Ukraine cannot afford to exhaust million-dollar interceptors every night. A new approach to drone warfare. This imbalance is exactly why the Krueger system matters so profoundly. Instead of relying on expensive engines, cameras, or radar systems, the Krueger is built for affordability and mass production. It is powered by an electric motor, uses a simple rear-mounted propeller for thrust, and relies on software-driven control rather than heavy onboard hardware. The result is a mini-missile capable of reaching speeds above 270 kilometers per hour in certain configurations while remaining light, agile, and incredibly inexpensive. The Krueger 100, the basic version, uses kinetic interception to smash drones out of the sky without any explosive warhead. This makes it far safer to deploy in urban or civilian environments. The upgraded Krueger 100XR includes a thermal seeker, longer range, a small warhead, and extended loitering ability, but still stays under an expected price point of $5,000 per interceptor. At this cost, Ukraine could field dozens of Kruegers for the price of a single Russian drone, finally flipping the cost equation in its favor. The drone's Krueger is designed to destroy. To understand its potential impact, it is important to examine the specific drones that the Krueger targets. Most frontline FPV drones used by both Ukraine and Russia fall under Group 1, weighing less than 20 pounds and flying under 1,200 feet. At modest speeds, Russia's fiber optic drones, which cannot be jammed by conventional electronic warfare, fall into a special subset of this category. Group 2 drones like the Orlan 10 weigh around 40 pounds. And often serve as the eyes of Russian artillery units, enabling devastating glide bomb attacks. Group 3 drones like the Zherin 2 are larger, able to fly higher, and serve as long-range kamikaze weapons. These drones are responsible for some of the most destructive effects on the battlefield. Ukrainian analysts estimate that nearly two-thirds of Russia's tank losses have come from small FPV drones. Russia's glide bomb attacks, made possible by Orlan 10 reconnaissance, routinely flatten entire frontline positions. Zherin 2 drones hit cities, power plants, refineries, and electrical infrastructure almost nightly against this backdrop. An interceptor that is cheap, fast, and scalable becomes invaluable. Sweden's secret advantage. One of the most innovative aspects of the Krueger system is its software-first design philosophy. Traditional interceptor missiles require complex sensors, engines, and mechanical components that must be sourced globally, often from China. These systems are difficult to repair, expensive to maintain, and slow to upgrade. The Krueger, by contrast, pushes nearly all its intelligence into software, allowing updates to be delivered remotely without removing the weapon from the battlefield. This approach offers several benefits. It makes the system cheaper to produce at scale. It reduces dependence on Chinese components at a time when China is restricting exports of drone parts and fiber optic cable. It allows rapid adaptation to enemy countermeasures, electronic warfare tactics, or new drone behaviors. And critically, it offers European nations a path toward independent drone defense manufacturing without relying on US or Chinese supply chains. Small size, big impact. Physically, the Krueger missiles measure between 7.5 and 12 inches, depending on configuration. Despite their small profile, they can reach engagement altitudes of up to 13,000 feet. More than enough to hit Garand drones and far above what most FPV systems can reach. The civilian variant of the Krueger can reach speeds of 168 miles per hour, while military versions are believed to be faster. Equally important is how the system is launched. The Krueger can be fired from handheld launchers, rifle-style devices, multi-cell crates, or vehicle-mounted systems. This versatility is a game-changer. Ukrainian infantry, territorial defense units, rear area defenders, and even critical infrastructure guards can all wield the same system in different configurations. Lines that previously relied on heavy fixed air defense units can now deploy cheap mobile interceptors anywhere. A European shield against drone infiltration. Although Ukraine is the immediate beneficiary, the Krueger system has clear implications for the rest of Europe. Sweden has faced a rise in suspicious drone activity near airports, power stations, and government buildings. Baltic nations like Estonia and Latvia sit close to Russia and cannot afford expensive air defense systems on every frontline segment. NATO's eastern flank is vast, and current defenses cover only a small percentage of vulnerable territory. For these countries, the Krueger offers an affordable way to fill the gaps. It provides a rapid, scalable way to protect infrastructure, border regions, ammunition depots, ports, and forward-deployed units. Its low risk of collateral damage makes it suitable for crowded cities, while its low cost allows small nations to build deep stockpiles. This could mark a major step toward a more autonomous European defense industry. Challenges on the horizon. No technology is perfect, and the Krueger system has hurdles to overcome. The more widespread a weapon becomes, the greater the chance it falls into enemy hands. Russia could attempt to reverse engineer captured units, develop jamming tools, or spoof the guidance systems. The software-driven nature of the Krueger introduces vulnerabilities to electronic warfare that must be continuously addressed. There are also legal and ethical considerations around autonomous targeting, as fully automated intercepts require clear rules and human oversight. However, Nordic Air Defense appears fully aware of these challenges and is designing the system to evolve rapidly. Sensor fusion, encryption, and regular software updates may allow the Krueger to stay ahead of Russian countermeasures, much like how antivirus software adapts to new infections in the digital world. A weapon that could reshape the war. If the Krueger 100XR performs as advertised, the impact could be significant. Ukraine could finally meet Russia's drone swarm tactics with a cost-effective solution. Critical infrastructure could be defended without burning through Western missile stocks. The Kremlin's reliance on overwhelming drone numbers could be blunted, and Europe could move one step closer to independent air defense capability. Most importantly, the Krueger challenges the fundamental imbalance that has defined the drone war. Russia's ability to attack cheaply versus Ukraine's need to defend expensively. A $5,000 missile that can strike down a $70,000 drone, or prevent a multi-million-dollar tank or power station from being destroyed, is a weapon that multiplies its value instantly. With mass production looming and European supply chains being built, this small Swedish interceptor may mark a turning point not only for Ukraine but for the entire continent's defensive posture. For Putin, it may be the beginning of a very real, very persistent nightmare. If you enjoyed this deep dive into next-generation drone warfare, make sure to like the video, subscribe to the channel, and enable notifications so you never miss the latest updates. Thanks for watching, and stay sharp.